you see this dwarf just like step out, and he just looks fuming pissed, and he just slowly like looks up to you. Could you keep it down, please? You're being f***ing loud! I've been up for 3 days straight! Working the mines!
Hello, dear friend. Welcome back. The Riftseekers have claimed all the ingredients needed to create the cure to the Light's Bane bullet, and possibly bring Valen Ahimoth, the captain of the Stormriders, back to life. They now wait until nightfall for the cure to be finished. With bated breaths, the Stormriders hold out hope that their captain and dear friend will come back to them. Will this cure work? Or was it all for nothing? I guess we'll find out, won't we?
Please.
Welcome back to Fragments of a Lost Home, everyone. Okay, so
All right. We're back.
We are back. So last time we left off, you guys had just acquired the last ingredient to make the cure for the Light's Bane bullets. You came back and relaxed in a spa for a bit, and then headed off to the inn to wait until Flicker was done creating the cure, which I believe he said was going to be towards the end of the day, towards night, when it was going to be
I
finished.
was about to say more towards like evening, which is why we went to the spa. Was to
Right, yeah, because you just wanted to kind of like
Kill time.
kill time. So we will start with that then. You guys are in the inn. Rooms per person, or are we doing group rooms? What do you guys want to do?
What's the pricing like?
What
What do they got on the roster?
It is
any special for the Riftseekers?
Any deals for the Riftseekers?
Any discounts?
if you're looking for
I feel like our names are
rift-
starting to
a writ.
What?
Yes and no, because technically you guys are your own adventuring group
Yeah,
outside of being recognized by the
Yeah.
Adventurers Guild.
people surely must say, oh, this wonderful thing happened and the Riftseekers were there and they helped.
Or they could be like, they
Ooh,
caused
that's
all of
so
this
hot.
mess. We're like, no, that's not us.
Double the
We're
fine.
just.
This is
We're
my
a
inner
mob
Macau
The
fighting
Riftseeker
for people.
I was like, oh my god, guys, we're just
Tax.
cosplaying as the Riftseekers.
We're-
Actually, it's Halloween. It's
Yeah.
a joke.
It's just a
If
joke.
they hate us, we're cosplaying as them. If they love us, we're actually the
Yeah.
Riftseekers.
Yes.
This is just my inner Macau fighting to be like, nobody recognizes the ditch digger. Nobody knows who that is. Oh, but the Riftseekers.
So as you guys are traveling through the town of Lemaine, getting to the inn, there is no one here that recognizes you or gives you a strange glance of recognition or anything like that. So yeah.
Tell them about the.
Okay, wonderful. Let's use the same role there. The innkeeper would not know who you are either.
Damn.
They are a recluse. They are. It is an old woman who has her head deep in a book. Yep. And as you guys enter, she kind of like looks up from her book. She adjusts her spectacles, and she looks at you and just goes, "Welcome in. Needed a room." Hmm?
Yes.
Yeah,
What are
yes,
your rates?
Just the pricing.
Ah, yes, it is 9 silver for just a room for the night, if that's what you're looking for.
That is
not bad.
not bad.
It's a little steep given the location.
That's not too bad.
Huh? What was that?
Nothing. Just gonna.
Doing mental
Talk ab-
math.
Yes.
Well, it's quite easy. You just go 1, 2, 3,
So 3.
4,
I mean, we're
5.
not technically short on coin or
Yeah.
anything, but I do think that
8,
we could consider, because it is a
9
little on the
silver.
more bougie end.
What are we considering?
9.
Like sharing rooms? I
Oh
guess.
yeah, that's
Yeah,
fine.
I mean, also there's probably not a lot of inns in the area.
Yeah.
It's pretty small
Yeah.
town type stuff, so I mean it would make sense that the rates would be a bit.
Yeah, it's a port town.
The main
It makes sense.
is one of the larger towns.
Hey, so I'm a fucking liar, actually.
Yes.
Surprise! It's Macau again.
It's always my
Yeah,
This
Pinky liar.
It's a pretty big town. It's a very residential town. Like towards the port, you would find a lot of like shops, and towards the city centers where you find those restaurants. But it is a very large residential town. So there are a couple inns. This one that you guys just so happen to find and then just enter is probably on the lower end. It suffices. You can sleep here without any issues, but it is on the lower end. If you're looking for a higher end inn, almost akin to, bless you, resort, you're more than welcome to go look for one.
Nah, we don't need
No.
these motherfuckers.
That's fine. We won't be here long.
Okay.
30?
3 rooms for 5 people.
Yep.
For those of you
Okay.
listening, mental math just happened.
I was like, that's too many rooms. And then I used my thinking cap.
Okay, so 3 rooms. How many of them are double beds? 2. Okay, so those ones go at a bit higher rate. It'll be,
Damn you.
it'll be 13 silver for the double bedroom.
Hear me out. I sleep on the floor.
Do you want to go sleep outside in a tree again?
No, I'll sleep on the floor with the bedroll.
Wait, who was rooming with who? What's happening?
Me and Dara.
You
Right.
and
Okay.
Do you want to
You.
stay with us, or do you want to?
I guess
Because I would feel bad for you staying all by yourself. So we are a group.
I mean,
yeah. Who's there? Or sorry, Ambrose.
who is Darren?
Ambrose
left.
is going with Macau.
Okay.
Oh, yes, yeah.
I guess I'll share a room with you, Ornan, if you don't mind.
Fun by me.
Okay, so
3 and
bed,
then 2.
bed, floor,
Floor.
bed. Okay.
Okay.
So,
Two
Right.
rooms, double bed.
what do you do? 2 rooms, double bed? Was that it?
Yeah.
Oh,
rooms.
okay.
I'm going to gather.
26 silver in total then.
So,
I'm going to gather some hay so you can sleep on the floor.
No.
You can certainly try. That requires finding the hay and attempting to bring it into your room.
Like, how much is it for both?
it's
I wouldn't do that
13
to
and
the poor
13.
innkeep.
13 and 13?
Okay.
Okay.
So 13 split amongst 3. 13 amongst 2.
Well, 13 split amongst 3 would be 3 points, like 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So one person
13 and
pays
3, it's
4.
like...
Tell me how
Four
much I
point three,
pay.
three, three.
I can't do
Yeah.
D&D
And then-
math.
Repeating, of course.
13, 2.
Devin, how much do I pay you?
6.5.
What?
How much do I pay?
Yeah, because 14 would
5.
be 7. 7.
Mm-hmm.
You're lying to me.
Kind of, but not really.
5 silver?
Mm.
So you want? Let's say.
So I'll do 7.
I'm gonna do 7 because I
Welcome
can't
back to our
count.
6th channel, accounting in D&D.
I'm probably overpaying, but I don't care. I'm dropping 7.
Okay.
I don't know what
7
that
silver.
I give
We're
5 silver
simply
to
trying to
Dara
pay for the room.
Yes.
And Ambrose pays 6. I pay 7.
Very good.
You're trying to one up him?
No, I'm just being considerate for once.
No, you're one upping him.
Yeah, for sure.
There. I hand over 13 silver
Is-
because the math is gone. And I take your 5.
Yes.
Did he go back Ambrose time or is
I'm almost positive he went back Ambrose when he changed.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure that's kind of what
Period.
happened.
I couldn't remember.
Because
It is now.
I just remember I
Honey-
was having a crisis.
Honey
Yes.
left, and then I thought, and I don't know, whoever's watching the video can correct me, or don't, I don't care.
Paulson,
When
if you're watching,
when he
please.
exited the spa, he was dressed in Ambrose clothing and went back to Ambrose. That if that didn't happen, that is what happens now because that seems the most Ambrose.
Yep.
And we make the decisions here.
We do.
So if you're gonna correct him,
In fact, don't correct
Shut
me
up.
ever. I'm always right. This
I'll
is
tell you.
my fucking reality.
I am God.
we are
Thank you.
God here.
And much like Thanos, do I really have to quote him? All right, so rooms have been paid for. You both have both. There are 2 rooms, double beds awaiting you. You have the keys to entry. So, are you guys just going to your separate rooms to pass the time, or is there anything else you want to do before time skip?
I'm fine.
Okay.
Chilling.
Okay.
Cleaning off my weapons, actually.
Very good.
Yeah, I'm chilling.
Very good.
Making some use out of my downtime to clean
That's
my
3
weapons
chillins.
so they don't rust.
For some reason, I feel like there is something I'm absolutely forgetting that I was going
That.
to do. Nope, do on downtime. So-
I
remember.
thought you mentioned something too.
I don't know.
Were you
I don't
gonna
know if that
tinker
was
with your
relating to
leg?
talking to Ambrose and or Honey though.
Which I'm putting off as long as possible.
Very
So I don't actually know what it was that I was going to
Hate
do.
that.
It's
Are
okay.
you tinkering with your leg?
What?
I said I hate that for me.
What?
Because I want to know. Okay.
You don't get to now, Keith.
No,
Yeah.
not right now. But yeah, so I guess just pass the just
Yeah.
dink around.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just dinking around.
All I'm doing is just shining my shoes.
Very good.
I'm not tinkering.
I'm shining my weapons. You're
I'm
shining
not
your
tinkering,
shoes.
but I am.
yeah.
And I'm just like, Mirage, can you see
At
your
my
reflection
leg.
in this?
Yeah.
Ooh, yeah.
You're not
Can you
like
see a reflection
actively
in this?
trying to like.
solve its mystery.
Yeah.
I'm just
You're
moving
just
the stuff I know can move that doesn't.
you're just messing around.
Who is
Yeah.
that man?
Like there's like a pin that you can like clink 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 and you're just like fucking around with. Yeah.
It's just
5 minutes
I
in,
need
it
to
doesn't fucking
change.
stop. I'm like, ting, 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 ting.
Yeah, because you guys both would like. How I envision it going is Ambrose and you set up shop in your room. Ambrose lays out his tailoring supplies
Yeah.
like an organized neat freak in front of him. Sits down, takes out the outfit that he's been working on Candy for a while, and starts doing like finer details just to like make it look nice for her. You can see that when he first started, it was very much just it was just like plain like adventurers not even armor, just clothing and attire. And now he's working in like a lot finer details to make it look like an actual craftsman or artisan. Is this is what they do. They
He's
put
got
in the
embroidery
extra
in
work.
that
Yeah,
shit.
they put in extra work and put in the extra effort and time to not only fit the aesthetic, but to just make it look that much nicer.
And then there's Macau.
Yeah. So that's when this would come in, and at some point, Ambrose, as he's like tailoring, you just hear, and he just gives you like this annoyed like side glance, just without saying anything. Body language is telling you stop. Are you okay over there?
I don't know, are you okay? You're staring at me. You hungry? You want to go get food? What's up?
No, I'm working. You were just you're being annoying. You're antsy. Okay. I don't have my earmuffs with me. I should have brought them. Of course. Do you not know? I used to come from places that were colder. Of course I had earmuffs. Had them.
Well, Ornan doesn't have earmuffs. And he's from Eggers.
Have you seen what Ornan looks like? He was bred in
Big,
cold.
green. Yes.
Yes. Do you also see what he wears? Almost nothing.
Yeah, you should cover up. He's kind of a whore.
I just think his body has naturally acclimatized.
Practically naked, dude.
Also from generations
That's practically
of
naked, dude.
Aegis residents. they would build up almost an immunity or resistance.
Yeah, but also, if you think about it, we're not in Aegis.
Yes.
And so that's kind of why he's probably not wearing a whole lot, because it's probably very warm to him.
Why don't next time we ask him and see if he
Okay.
wears...
Should I go ask him right now?
Yes.
Okay, I'll be right back. And I take a minute, put my and then I get
Meanwhile,
annoyed with it.
before you knock
I
on the
give
door,
up.
I just want to be
I
like,
toss him to the side and I hop. And I go over.
You like hop and put on your leg kind of
Yeah, I'm
thing?
aggressively hopping
Yeah.
and trying to put the leg on as I go.
And you exit the room and
I
go
do.
to there?
I
Okay.
do.
As you exit the room, you hear Ambrose get up, you hear the door close, and then you hear a click.
You got locked out!
Oh,
I knew that.
get fucked.
oh, you're gonna come hang out with the boys.
So, we'll say like
Well,
20 to 30 minutes after
come on, this is
you guys had
on
got
Tuesdays.
settled into your room,
I get to be.
you hear that
Singular knock.
one knock on your door.
Who's the foot?
And I'm like really concentrating, trying to braid Ornan's hair. And
What?
You're
Yeah.
braiding my hair!
Yeah.
Whoa.
You're sitting on the floor cleaning weapon, you're up on the bed braiding hair.
I feel like that's such a motherly thing. Just
Yeah.
like hair is in front of you, it looks.
My braids were starting to fall out, and
Yeah.
you were like, I
On the
need to
bucket.
fix it. I
Yeah,
need to
after like
fix
getting
those
out of the water, and she was
My-
just like mother instincts kicked
I did
in.
so-
The braids
Sophia's-
are so sad. Like the man buns all like kind of messed up. It's all droopy.
Yeah.
So
and I'm
messy.
like,
It's like I used to do Sophia's hair all the time. Here. I'm assuming this is the hand gesture for braiding. And
Yeah. That's the one. No, I think actually
No,
you're doing the
it-
Naruto
it-
fire
it-
sign, so be careful there, Chief.
oh yeah, I burned the place fucking.
You're crossing hairs over.
Yeah, you're just crossing the bridge.
Cool.
Yep.
All right, so we just hear.
On your door.
Oh, okay.
Why?
And then up against the door.
Please.
Don't do it.
Why?
I have a question.
State your business.
My business is I have a question. So what
That's
the fuck?
not good enough. What's the password?
We haven't.
Just.
Who made the password? Can I ask?
Me.
No one answers.
I was about to say Dara.
Dara made the password. Okay, hold on.
You're going to fuck with him, right?
Please. What would Dara say?
Can you please
What would
just
Dara
fuck with
do?
him just a
What
little
would
bit?
Dara do?
Whatever you do.
WWDD.
Whatever you do it well.
Can I ask one more question after this one about the password? Just for clarification?
I can't guarantee that I'll answer it.
Understandable! Bitch. Is it a phrase or a word? Fuck!
Neither?
Oh. What? What, do I have to do a fucking little dance?
It's just
I'm gonna shake ass in the hallways. What do you want?
No, I don't want to see that. I wouldn't be able to see that. The door is closed.
Yeah, exactly. You just want. What do you want?
I believe in you.
And this is where my cow just started shaking ass.
It's not a
Yeah, that's
phrase,
enough,
and
right?
it's not it's not like a sentence, but it's also not a singular word.
Yeah.
Do I have to sing a little song?
No.
What the fuck? Please let me in! And Bruce locked me out of the room.
As you're like yelling, you hear some like shuffling from the door over, and just throwing it up and open, you see this dwarf just like step out, and he just looks fuming pissed, and he just slowly like looks up to you. Could you keep it down, please? You're being fucking loud! I've been up for 3 days straight, working the mines.
No, hold it.
Right, no, yeah, of course, sorry about that.
Thank you.
You alright, buddy?
fucking give me a hint about the password there. Ambrose locked me out, and all I wanted to do was ask a question, and he took advantage of my innocent, naive, and curious nature. Please let me into it. What's the password, please?
You're incredibly familiar with it at this point.
Oh no.
What? I'm incredibly familiar with a lot of
Take it
things.
literally familiar.
Do you know what he's thinking?
Nope. I'm probably dead wrong.
Is it your bird?
What?
Okay, it's not Gawain.
No.
Oh, damn. I thought I was being smart.
I'm incredibly familiar with it at this point.
That's a good way to put it.
Is it a name? A place?
An idea? Is it the noun?
Is it the power of friendship, Dara?
I don't know if you're familiar with that.
Ooh! Damn! Ouch!
Fucking clearly! Give me a hint.
I did.
Please. That was a shit fucking hint.
Think about today.
Does he?
Is it the fucking ooze, Dara?
No.
Oh my god.
Sorry, this is the funniest shit.
Don't understand, Dara, just let me.
Alright, I'm bored.
Dara, please, I want to succeed, please.
I'll open the door, but you don't get to know.
Okay, then I'm sitting right the fuck here until I figure it out and I sit outside the door.
Oh. Okay.
Also,
I unlock the door and don't open it.
I will sit here for as long as I need you to think of it. And let the time pass.
Okay. All right. So,
We're just trying not to laugh.
Ornan,
Can you hold up your great axe, please?
time
Yeah, and I
Would
hold up my dagger so I can
pass
show your braids
as
the
you
reflections.
just sit in front of the door,
How do you like it?
pondering, even though the door is unlocked.
You look rather dashing.
How long are you waiting?
Thank you.
Anytime, Bucko.
I'll give it like
My braids
15
needed a
minutes.
touch.
Okay.
and then turn
Yeah,
back
I
to the
really
door.
I'm glad we went to a spa.
Is it bathhouse?
No.
Okay. Sit back.
Dire wolf?
I wait for 5 minutes
Can you at least
and
tell
turn
me?
back.
No.
Is it slime?
No.
You already said.
Wolf?
No.
Okay. I turn back around.
Remember when I said it's not a singular word?
I asked you if it was a phrase or a word, and you said no.
Yeah, it's not a phrase.
Is it the sentence?
No.
Is it a concept?
No.
Is it a thought?
Not really.
Is it a feeling?
You could describe it as that, but that's not really accurate at all.
Is it saliva?
Ugh, no.
Okay.
Although you are familiar with that today.
Yeah, there's oh, not just today, but let me tell you.
Well,
And I wait.
you know,
Click.
Fuck!
Did you relock the door?
Yes, he did. He relocked the fucking door. I'm actually. This is Jamie having a freak out because I can't figure out what it is. 20 minutes.
Yeah, it's been like an hour at this point
Amazing.
of you being outside the fucking, just outside any of the rooms.
Yeah. Can I get another hint, Dara?
no.
Please?
Oh, okay.
Please?
You have enough information.
I really don't. Okay, I'm very familiar with it.
Yep.
It's not a feeling, but you could describe it as that
For me.
for you. Like an emotion?
Nope.
Okay. You said to think about today?
Yep.
I did. I got it. I got it. I said it out loud. What's your hint? I said it out loud.
Yep. That is accurate. It has already been stated today.
What?
Today, within this session, it has been stated.
This session.
Yep.
I was spitballing words.
And it was stated.
I wasn't paying attention. I was
Oh,
cooking in my
fuck.
brain. Fuck.
I
Dara, please can I
feel
have
like I'm a cow.
one more hint? Please.
I don't really know what else to give you on that one.
Please.
I
How
don't know.
many syllables?
Oh.
I thought that was already
2?
Oh, okay.
Yep.
2 syllables?
No. Hmm.
I think.
3.
I don't think you're right.
Yeah, that's 3.
I lean against the board. Defeated.
20 more minutes pass.
I go back over to my room. I knock very gently.
Who is it?
There's my cow.
What's the password?
Fuck you, it is 1. I just looked it up. No.
Dara's also trying to make me guess a password to go
Click.
in. Can I get the hint? Yes. Can I get the fucking hint?
The door reopens. The fucking dwarf steps out.
Shut the fuck up! Shut up!
Closes the door. You see, like, look back over, and the door's now, like, creaked open just a little bit, and you see, like, Ambrose kind of, like, looking up to you just coyly.
At this
Hint, I want to succeed at something before the day ends. I was eaten by a slime, and then Dara fucking salivaed my whole shit. I was already covered in slime, okay? And then he salivaed my whole shit. And then I got more slime. And I've been sitting on the floor for nearly an hour and a half. Because I wanted to ask, I don't even remember what the fucking question was that I was going to ask.
It was a very peaceful hour and a half.
At this point, you just hear another click, and it's just Ornan with the door open, just kind of looking at the.
What's the password, you fuck? I want to do
Reopen.
one thing properly and
You
successfully.
know what? If I can figure it out, so can you.
You're overthinking it, Macau.
Dara, can I give a hint? Can I?
Sure. I'm already bored.
What's my worst fear?
What was Dara today? Can,
Specifically, you or you?
Actually, this one we share. So it doesn't matter.
Well, I know that you don't like being touched.
That's not really a fear, as
Well-
more as just a pet peeve.
That's your all share?
If you want to roll for this one, you can.
I feel like I know this too. Yeah, okay, fuck, sure. I want to do something right today. What is this? The history and tell? What is this?
I would accept insight or history.
I'll do it. 15.
Okay, with the 15.
I'm almost positive.
You just want me to would tell you because that's good enough to give you the answer. His worst fear, you would know. One of his worst fears, I guess,
Is there a symbol?
is being trapped.
Okay. I was mixing two of them together.
Mhm.
Period. I say
I guess you do know me.
stuck. Okay.
And he opens up the door and goes back to his work.
Can you just hold on a second. I leave the door open. I go back over to their door. And I put, like where the door meets the door stop, like the wall.
jam.
Sure, yeah,
The
door jam.
and the door frame. I put my mouth into the fucking crack of the door frame. Dara? Dara, could I please get one more hint?
Ornan just gave you one.
What?
Yeah.
What was Dara today?
I thought you said that already. You definitely did.
No.
Mm-mm. Missed a part.
Oh, you know what? Fuck you. Hey, you know what? Is the password fucking direwolf?
Yeah.
Click!
Oh,
Wow, wait, actually, damn. Yeah, that feeling one, that's tricky. That was...
That was not meant for anyone that would be a logical answer except for him.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. Like, I understand it, but to give that as technically a hint for you, that's wild.
Ornan, I have a question.
Do you walk into the room?
No. I stand in the doorway. Is your outfit a result of not being an Aegis and therefore being warmer? So you're not wearing a lot of stuff to protect you from the cold?
Yes, most of my gear is designed for the cold, therefore, with the climate right now, it would be way too much to wear. I would overheat.
Fucking awesome. And I turn around and I go back.
Okay.
I go in, I shut the door, I go over to the bed, and I sit on the bed, and I roll over and curl into a ball.
Okay. All right. So, at this point, you guys would pass time in your rooms, just being in each other's company. Eventually, the sun would wane enough to where you would believe that the time has come for you to retrieve the cure for the Light's Bane bullets from Flicker.
Let's go!
Yeah.
Okay. You would pack up any necessary equipment that you would want to bring with you. Anything you want to leave in your rooms, you can. And then you head out from the inn, make a direct line towards Flicker's. You would open it up, and Flicker would be behind the counter. Right beside him on the counter is a potion. Inside is like a sparkling blue liquid. Yeah. So as you enter, Flicker would look up. Greetings, everyone. I have your cure ready.
Fantastic.
Wonderful.
Let me look at my notes. You guys already did pay him for this?
God, I hope so.
Yes.
Yeah. I dropped a lot of bones.
Yeah, because we prepaid and then when
Yeah.
we came back with all of the ingredients, we gave him the other ones and then paid the rest of it, if
Yeah.
I remember correctly.
That sounds about right.
That sounds right.
Yeah.
Because we got a discounted price for the
Yeah.
ingredients.
I dropped the bag.
So he kind of like pushes in front of him the cure, and then has the blueprint rolled up in a like scroll and sets it beside you. I do have a question. I'm not too sure how valuable the information is on this blueprint exactly. But if it's all right with you, I understand if this is too much. I would like to replicate it to have my own copy. Is that something you would be willing to part with? Or is this information you would like to keep to yourself?
I think it would be wise to release it.
I think so, because I mean,
I
the
do-
person that makes that stuff is no longer around.
But there can
But they
always be
Stuff
like a
in
surgence of
circulation.
like a copycat.
Yeah.
Something could happen in
There
which
could-
this could be beneficial to
Yeah.
the world.
Yeah, it could pop back up at any point. So
We would rather have this knowledge get out and have it be useful in the future than for only us to have it and no alchemists to be able to make it.
I see. Well, that is good to know. So it's going to take me a little bit. I will have to go find a wizard who can duplicate such blueprints. So if you could come back, are you planning on staying the night here in the town?
Yes.
Yes.
If you wouldn't mind coming back in the morning to retrieve your original document, and I will have a replicate for myself.
no problem.
That's fine.
Sounds good.
Wonderful. I do appreciate it. So your cure, here you are.
Okay.
And if you need anything else, please feel free to come and stop by.
Of course, you've been a real one.
Incredibly helpful.
Incredibly.
Well, thank you. You've been lovely customers to have here.
We try our best.
Okay, so you guys retrieve the cure to the Light's Bane bullets. What are you doing now?
Booking it to the temple.
Okay. You guys make your way over to the temple in which Caros and the rest, or at least the remaining Stormriders under Captain Valen Ahimoth reside. They were there to bury Valen. They were performing burial rites by the time you guys had made it in there to stop them and told them to hold off because there might be a chance of bringing Valen back if you can obtain this cure. So you had left them at the temple, just telling them to wait until the end of the day. So as you guys enter, Caros, Vicky, and Sir Demetrius would all be there, kind of like together, somewhere off in like a corner or by a pillar. Caros would be sleeping. You would see that Vicky had taken off like either like a cloak or cape and set it over him, and he is just like, it looks uncomfortable, but just kind of like propped him up against a pillar, and he had dozed off.
I'm just so fucking tired.
That kid was exhausted. So he just found a place to sit down and just eventually fell asleep. Vicky would be pacing the room. Sir Demetrius's noble steed would actually be beside Caros, almost providing like support for him,
Sobbing.
like sitting up.
ESA. ESA.
It's an emotional support animal.
And then Sir Demetrius would be standing guard, actually, standing in like 5 feet away from Caros, just nobly, just as a soldier would, just stand there and just kind of like observe everything. But as the doors open, Vicky, who kind of like anxiously pacing back and forth, like gnawing on like a fingernail, would look up to you. Sir Demetrius would turn around, and then even Gabriel, the dog's head, would kind of like prop up and look over. Caros, though, is knocked out. So Vicky would rush up to you, just with hope glittering in her eyes, and looks up to you all. Do you have the cure? Is everything set? You can see that there's still an air of anxiousness, but it's slowly starting to fade away, and hope is now being replaced with these emotions, and it's so overwhelming for her that without even her recognizing it, her eyes start to flood with tears. Doesn't even bother wiping them away at this point. But you can feel her she is so hoping that this will work. So she looks at the antidote in your hand, and then you can hear gentle whispers from Sir Demetrius, who has walked over to Caros. You can see him like kneeling down, slowly removing the cloak, and then like placing his hand on Karos's arm, just kind of like gently wakes him up. Caros, they've returned. I think it's time to wake up now. And slowly Karos's eyes blink awake. He kind of like wipes some saliva off the side of his mouth, and he looks to you guys and sees this almost glowing blue liquid in this vial that you have, and he immediately like throws himself up, and you can see him kind of like unsteady for a moment before walking over and greeting the rest of you. He's kind of at a loss for words as he's just staring at the bottle in your hand, not really knowing what to do. And then he like whips around and looks to where Valen has been resting in this like coffin at the altar at just the end of this temple, and just looks to you all. I'm ready. And then they kind of just wait for you guys to take the next step, I guess. I think they would at this point just kind of be waiting for you to take the next step in bringing back out Valen.
Do we want to go find our little cleric friend?
Sure.
Yeah.
It would be about like just a few moments after Caros would awake. You would see from the back where you guys know would be Jane's kind of like quarters, would open up, and you see that she is like finishing like putting on whatever rest of her priestly attire would be. She walks out the door and looks up to you all, gives you a nod, and you then see her pull out her symbol that you found for her, Tagon's symbol of life, and she would just make her way over to Valen, and then she just kind of like stands there, makes sure that he looks presentable and looks good, and then just awaits for you guys to approach. Is there anything you want to do or say before continuing on?
I know you're not super about this, so if you don't want to be,
I'll be here.
I was just gonna say, if you don't want to be involved, if you don't want to hand off the potions, you don't have to do that.
The only thoughts that I have at the very moment, because it is no longer my place, is just genuinely the concern of what order we should do things in.
I think on the
with
blueprints you're supposed to do it, give the cure, the antidote.
Because from like previous knowledge, it's like a resurrection spell is a sort of healing, and the arcane bullet is what blocked the healing in the first place. Therefore, if we do the antidote first, and then
gets rid of that.
That makes sense.
That to me is the logical way of thinking.
It's like it makes a net, and then the magic is like fish. The fish can't get through if
Make him drink it?
I think
It's a
so.
corpse.
I mean, as long as it
As long as
is
it's
in the body. I mean, we could do like part of it in the mouth, and then maybe a part of it where he got hit.
That's not a bad idea.
Yeah.
So, just therefore, to cover all of our bases, because I don't think anywhere on the blueprint it is said to directly apply where. Can I roll a history
I don't recall anything
check?
like
Keith,
Yeah, I don't remember it
to
saying.
see if there was anything on the blueprint to where if they're supposed to drink it or if it's supposed to be applied to the wound.
I don't even think this would be a roll.
Okay.
Flicker would have told you how to apply it. It just didn't even cross my mind to tell you guys. So he would state that with whoever made this, well, he would know because I guess it would be signed by Thatch. So, but not knowing the person personally, I guess, would state that whoever made this designed it so that if someone was not killed by this thing, could ingest it like a healing potion, curing them, or if it's poured directly on where the wound is at, the body should absorb this cure.
Okay.
And then dispenses, not dispenses,
Magic bullshit.
but yeah, it gets rid of whatever the bullet did.
Okay.
It's blocking the chakras essentially.
Cool.
And so it's helping restore that.
Getting rid of the temporary mage lock, as I had described it.
Exactly. So let me.
So we apply it to the wound. I guess we approach Jane and go from there. Would you like somebody else to do it,
I have no
Dara?
issues.
I mean, I could take it.
If you want to, I won't stop you.
I'll take it.
All right, so you have it with you. Okay. So, you guys would approach the corpse of Valen Ahimoth, who has been gently and beautifully set within this coffin. You can see that there's like flowers that have been like arranged as well, wherever there's parts that are like untouched. Slowly, the remaining Stormriders would walk up to the coffin behind you guys. You can hear some like shuffling, and you would see Vicky, who is trying her best to be a guardian or motherly figure to Caros. And from what you guys had saw previously, that's not in Vicky's personality. She is a wild card at best. So this is above her pay grade. In fact, you would know that it was Manon who was the one that was acting as this motherly figure, and now Vicky, it seems like has stepped up to the plate to try to reassure Caros and be this guardian to him. But she has her hand on his back, and it has kind of like gently holding his arm and almost using Caros as like a support for her as well, because she is also very anxious, leading Caros up. Sir Demetrius is the only one that seems to have a stoicness to him, and he's trying to remain as soldier-like as possible, really not showing any emotions, just doing his duty. But you can all feel the tense air in this room, all waiting to see if this will actually work and if Valen will or can be resurrected. But you all approach this coffin on top of an altar. Caros, Vicky, and Demetrius stand near the head of the coffin, slightly behind you guys. Jane stands there, her arms in front of her, and then as you approach, she kind of just like gestures to whoever has the cure to approach the coffin. So Ornan, you would kind of like step up. You look down at Valen, who it's strange looking down at this corpse. From your perspective, this person is at peace, and unless you've been beside Dara when performing burial rites, it's so different. You kind of have like a short flashback to all the raids, all the wars, all the brutal fighting that you'd been a part of. I'm not too sure what your tribe would do exactly when it comes to like leaving out dead bodies or what you would do with them. But at the end of any battle or war that you've been a part of, it's just been a bloody mess of bodies. This is different. There is one wound on him that has been cleaned, and he is just at peace. This is the most peaceful sight you've probably seen when it comes to something this tragic. With that, you would all kind of await for Jane to begin. And she stands there and looks to you all. Is there any words you would like to speak before we continue?
Not for a resurrection, no.
All right. Onin, if you will. Pour it into the wound. You can see this sparkling blue liquid pour out onto his body, and as it kind of like spreads out and around his chest, for a moment it acts just like any normal liquid, before the glow and the sparkle of it fades away and it becomes this dull blue-gray liquid, and then it Valen's body absorbs it.
As I'm pouring it, I mutter to myself, it wasn't your time to go.
Okay. So yeah, Valen's body absorbs this blue liquid, and nothing happens. But then Jane would step up beside you and look up to you. Then she looks down at the body. You guys can almost hear the clenching of Vicky's and Caros's hands as they tightly grip each other's arm, just awaiting. This is the calm before the storm. Nothing has happened yet, but they're all waiting. Jane looks over the body. She holds out her necklace with the symbol of Tagal in her hands out in front of her. She closes her eyes and takes a deep breath. And then she utters an incantation, and a glowing light would fill the room as this sort of like magic runic symbol, circle surrounds the coffin and kind of surrounds the steps that Ornan and Jane are on. And then in common, you would all hear her speak this resurrection speech, if you will. Our Lord Tagal, Lord of gods, bringer of life, we beseech thee. Cathect has taken a soul, and it should be here. His time of peace, he's gone too soon, my lord. I am hoping you hear my call and you reach out your hands to save the son of a mother, a loving brother, a guardian, a friend. We ask that you bring him back to this world so that he can spend the rest of his life around those he loves. And with that, she lets go of the symbol, and it floats there, suspended in the air. And then you can see there's like an inner ring or inner symbol that Dara, you would know, is his lamp.
Yep. I was about to ask.
And it spins like a gyro within her symbol.
Yeah.
Dara, the presence now in this room is very familiar as you feel your god in this room. This magical light that Jane has summoned is essentially the same body of Tagalm. She reaches out her hands to, or puts her hands out to her side and just closes her eyes and lifts up her head. This magical energy is so potent here. You can feel that it almost creates wind pressure, and you can feel your clothing and your hair move from this magical power. After a few moments, her symbol would stop moving and a bright flash would just and right after that, you all like shield your eyes and look back, and Jane's symbol has fallen back to her chest. The magical light slowly dies, and the room goes silent. Everyone stares towards the coffin of Valen Ahimoth. Ornan, you look down, and nothing has changed. Jane opens her eyes and looks down, and then you hear her breath start to go shaky. And you would, if you give her like a side glance or something, you can see nervousness and then almost horrified, but by her own self, I guess. It's not horrified of what she's looking at, but almost like she failed. And you keep looking at this body. The rest of you can't really see anything because it is raised on like an altar. But Vicky and Caros and Sir Demetrius all hold their breath, waiting for him just to move. And Ornan, you keep looking down for a few moments. The wound doesn't close back up. But Valen's eyes blink open.
Just an immediate sigh of relief.
He looks up and then looks over to you. And then you see his chest rise and fall as he takes a deep breath. Color comes back to his skin. And he slowly reaches out. And all of you see Valen and his chest raise up over the coffin. And he turns to you all. His eyes kind of, not really dead, but he looks tired. Land ho. You seem like trying to like crack a smile. And Vicky, Demetrius, and Caros all just break into tears and sobbing. Valen doesn't move, but Caros just pushes past you all to reach his brother first, and just almost stumbling up the stairs and almost pushing the coffin off the altar. You actually hear like on the stone as he just launches himself towards Valen and grabs onto him, embracing him. You hear Valen just easy kid, easy, I'm still hurting, and then like slowly painfully wraps his arms around Caros. Caros is just like ugly crying, rubbing his whole face just into the crevice of like his chest and arm. And then Vicky, who like slowly approaches but is still just sobbing her eyes out, goes up to Valen and then also like does group hug. And then Demetrius waits like a few moments and then drops everything he has and like a squirrel just runs up like a cartoon character and then can't even reach Valen, so he just grabs onto like Karos's leg.
I just expected him to like climb up Caros, like grab onto Valen's head. Just like
yeah, so all of them embrace in a group hug, which lasts for about a minute of them just hugging. And you see Jane, who at first seemed horrified that she failed and then sees all of this happening, and she just takes a step down and then just sits down and just and puts her hands on her face.
I look over at her and I just
I'm okay. I'm okay. I'm glad that worked. And then she kind of like looks up for a moment. She would put her hands together and just go, "Thank you, Tagald. Thank you for being here today." Just offers a little thanks to him. After about a minute, Valen would just kind of like gently pry Caros off of him, and then step out of the coffin. You can see that they've made like a cloth skirt for Valen, but that's all he's wearing as he like steps out. You can still see that wound is there, and it actually has like dark veins around it. But your cure has worked. And as Valen kind of like looks down and observes himself, looks back to you, the Riftseekers. I don't know what you did, but I owe you my life. I am in your debt. Caros, who like is still by his side, like holding on to him, Valen reaches around, just kind of like holds on to him by his shoulder. Thank you so very much. I can tell you, the spirit realm, while I was supposed to be at peace, all I wanted to be was back here.
I was afraid you weren't gonna come back. Now you might be enjoying it too much. But I'm glad you weren't. Caros here needed you.
With a spirit like his.
Oh god, no. I should have known.
And the love for his brother that he has. For God's sake, even going to a fucking island that shouldn't even be stepped foot on was enough pure determination that I think that he would have wanted to come back. And it wasn't your time to go. Too good of a captain.
A part of me did want to stay.
I can't blame you.
There was someone there who was waiting for me. Yeah. And he looks down at Caros, and Caros and them exchange a look, and there is a flash of recognition of who they are speaking about. She's at peace, brother. She wanted me to tell you that she loves you and to find peace within your heart. And with that, you can see him begin to cry even more, and then he just nods his head and just buries his face back in his brother's side. If you ever need anything, or a ship, or a crew, you have it.
I would hope that we never call upon you, but there may be a day that we do.
Stormriders are at your service.
Thank you.
There is one thing I do have to say to you.
Anything, my friend.
I believe there's a certain someone who is waiting at the docks for you that has an apology for you.
I see.
And everything that has happened.
I will hear them out. There is no vengeance in my heart. This was an unnatural matter, and I am just happy that you lot were able to resolve it for me when I could not. And thank you for looking after them, for looking after him. And now, I know this is a lot, but if you'll excuse me, I do need a new change of clothes and would like to get back to a safe place like my ship. Will you join us, or do you have a place here?
We've got
got a
some
room.
digs, some pretty sweet digs.
Got a room, and we got some traveling.
You guys need a room night for yourselves.
a reunion is in order, and that is spent best with your closest family.
And the last one was a bit short-lived and kind of sucked dick. So, try again!
Make the most of it.
Go have a good time.
You've given me a second chance. You've given us a second chance. And I'm sorry for lack of words, but thank you.
You just came back from the dead. That you
said more than I thought you would.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Well, for being a corpse, I am starving. And with that, he kind of like pivots and turns and as he begins to leave, just starts like asking, where's there a good place to eat around here? You've been here for long enough. And he like starts showing him like brotherly love, like giving him like a noogie, just trying to lighten the mood because he knows that everyone is like there's a lot of emotions, but he has just come back from the dead. He's trying everything to reassure everyone that he's not going anywhere. He's still himself. It's okay. We can celebrate. We can be happy now. We were given a second chance.
Shot after that.
So, as of right now, at least for this day, the last you see of the Stormriders, Vicky, Valen Ahimoth, Caros Ahimoth, Sir Demetrius, and his noble steed Gabriel all exit the temple. Tears streaming down their faces, their cheeks red, their eyes bloodshot, but they leave happy. Valen has a smile on his face, and you can see Caros trying not to laugh from his brother, but relents, and you hear the Stormriders happy with being together again as a crew, as a family, leaving into the town of Lemaine to celebrate and to have the rest of the night to themselves.
I need you to know that during that, I was like preparing to pull out the magic brick that I have stored to beat you with it. If you were like, no, he didn't want to come back. I'm like, no.
That's where I was going.
I would have left. Actually, Ornan would have left this campaign if Valen didn't wake
I
up.
saw your face just like, oh no. When I said nothing happened, and I was building it up. I was building it up.
I could tell you.
I hope you know what was going on in Ornan brain was that staring down at his own sister's corpse. I was like, you can't.
Yeah.
I was like, no.
Not again.
No. I was like, motherfucker's gonna wake up. I know it. He has to.
You have given the brothers Ahimoth a happy ending to this tragedy.
I hope you know.
Perfectly said.
The second you were like,
Brick.
oh, there was somebody like there waiting. I was like, I read that short story, you motherfucker. Don't do this to me. And then you did it to me, and then I went, oh.
That would have been the only reason why Valen would not have returned, is because he was given a peaceful eternity. And so was his mother.
Yep.
I knew it was his fucking mother.
Yep.
But
Read the short story.
But because of his unresolved business here being his brother, he still felt the need to come back to live out the rest of his life caring for his younger brother.
Then you just stop talking.
So, with that completely ends the entire arc that includes the Ahimoth brothers.
We've done it!
Well, that ends well.
Stage clear!
So,
Stage sweep.
ooh, yeah.
Stage sweeped.
All right.
Swept.
Stage swept.
Stage swept.
Gotcha.
Riftseekers.
Rift seeked.
Rift seeked. I know it's sought, but
Yeah,
Rift
I know.
seeked. Stage swept. Hotel Trivago.
Bigger number, better person, Papa John's. All right.
And so, hope has been restored, as Valen Ahimoth has been raised from the dead to live out his life with his loved ones. The crew departs to celebrate and get some well-deserved rest. As for the Riftseekers, they now look to leave the town of Lemaine and continue their journey to Ocelia. Well, that's all I have for you today. If you want more, why not consider joining our Discord? There you can talk to the players of the campaign and be a part of our lovely community. Thank you again for listening, dear friend, and goodbye for now.